Well, we're getting into the debrief on the devastating LA wildfires. Authorities still say they do not know the death toll as thousands of acres continue to burn out of control.
And TMZ has been covering the tragedy as it unfolds. Executive producer Harvey Levin joins us now. Thanks so much for chatting with us right now.
Oh, it's my pleasure, guys.
So, Harvey, we're still waiting on this updated death toll. As of right now, we're looking at 5. I've been in touch with multiple fire personnel there since that's my hometown. But last I've heard, they're saying to me that they're surprised more people have not passed away from this. And they're also saying that the worst is still yet to come. What are you hearing?
Well, I don't know that the worst is yet to come. There are going to be more Santa Ana winds, which propelled this fire a couple of days ago. And you know, there's a conflicting report. There are reports out that there is 0% containment in Pacific Palisades, which has just been devastated. We have a photographer there who is saying it looks like much of that fire in that area has passed. So there's, you know, look, there's a fire that just broke out about 20 minutes ago in Calabasas. So this is just hopscotching all over the city right now, and it's really hard to get a handle on it. But I will tell you, look, I was a reporter for the CBS and NBC affiliates in LA for many, many, many years, covered a number of fires. There is nothing in the universe of what is going on in the city right now.
You know, it's interesting, too. I mean, LA's mayor cut fire department funding by $17.6 million. California has long faced challenges with water management. I mean, the significant portion of the state's water is set aside to protect endangered species like fish. I mean, are you getting rumblings out there in California that people feel like officials dropped the ball here?
It's going from rumblings to an earthquake. There are people who are really, really angry about this, not the least of which is Rick Caruso, who ran for mayor against Mayor Karen Bass and lost by a fairly narrow margin. So there are people who are just furious at the leadership, both with her and with Governor Gavin Newsom, for exactly what you just said. And remember, we had a fire in Malibu 3 weeks ago. So it's not as if this came from out of the blue. We know about fires in this town. We have had devastating fires over the years, and the fire department, you know, there was a report that the fire hydrants were only designed to put out house fires and not brush fires. That's kind of ridiculous. Nobody had ever heard that before. So it feels like people are making excuses now about why the fire department ran out of water in certain cases and why there wasn't enough water pressure.
Yeah.
So this has become a real issue.
It is interesting because you see a lot of these celebrities whose homes have been burned down be so vocal against Democrat leadership. Have you ever seen that in Hollywood?
No. And we were talking about that today. There has been a seismic shift in Los Angeles, and I believe California. You know, this was such a reliably Democratic state and city. It is no longer that. And you know, I think there are a variety of reasons for it. One of which is just overregulation in this state, but the other is prioritization. And that's what's coming to light with these fires, is that, you know, like you said, you know, there are all these laws about preserving fish. I live in an area where they're cordoning off areas for certain birds. And I'm not saying we don't want to preserve species, but there's got to be a weight of priorities.
Right. Sure.
And a lot of people in this town feel like people are lower on the priority list than they should be.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just so sad that it has to come to this in order to get those priorities in a clear view. It is just, it's tragic.
And we haven't even touched on the fact that most of these people got dropped from their insurance as well. So that is a whole other issue.
Yeah, that's what's coming next.
Maybe we can chat with you about that in the coming days.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, Harvey, thank you. Please stay safe.
Thank you.